I don't see it. Okay. Okay. So, welcome to Into the Street Site Leader Meeting 2020. I'm Kayla Marshall. I'm the Director of Volunteer Management, which one of my responsibilities are to spearhead the site leader training and the selection process. The Leadership and Service Council is a student-led organization designed to promote volunteerism, citizenship, and leadership development through the planning and execution of signature university programs. Below, we have our vision statement. And one of our biggest events is Into the Streets, which is a biannual event we have in the spring and fall to bring together students at UAB and faculty and staff members to serve. Here I provided a day of timeline, which includes arriving at your site 15 minutes early, locating the point of contact for your assigned site, launch Give Pulse, introduce yourself briefly to the volunteers, start checking in the volunteers, and also checking the health check. And then you will begin serving, you will lead a reflection, and then dismissal. Our expectations. The role of a site leader is to guide and The role of a site leader is to guide the service project at hand while serving as a vital link between LSC and the site in which each site leader is assigned. So below I have some expectations of you all, and I'll go into further details in a few minutes. So communicate with staff, site leader, and volunteers. And this will be done like the week of, like probably about 3 or 4 days prior to serving, so you don't have to worry about any of this right now. So for your staff site leader, this will be a faculty member at UAB, so I would like for you to email him or her, briefly introducing yourself, and below I put an example email of how you can do that. For volunteers, I would like for you all to create like a group me so you can keep in contact with, it'll be about 10 volunteers at most. So you can briefly introduce yourself there, send the site address to make sure everybody knows where they're going. Remind your group to complete their health check prior to the service, and remind everyone to bring a mask.
Hey, Kayla, real quick, could you go back to that slide? When will they get notification about who their volunteers are and who their staff site leader is?
They'll be getting it probably about the Tuesday before service, probably Tuesday or Wednesday before service. So
Okay,
like,
great. And so we'll send them cell phone numbers and email addresses.
yes, ma'am. It'll be on a spreadsheet and all that.
Awesome.
All right. And here, the volunteer check-in, you have the responsibility of checking in volunteers via Give Pulse. And I think Lauren is going to explain how to do this piece.
Yeah, thanks, Kayla. So, something that's really important this year, based on the social event guidelines for student organizations during COVID-19, is that we're tracking and having a record of who attends our service project. As a site leader, it's your responsibility as soon as a volunteer arrives to check them in on what's called the Give Pulse app. Give Pulse is the company that owns Blazer Pulse. You need to check them in so we have a record of their attendance, as well as make them show you their past health check app. And so I'm going to walk you through the Give Pulse app and show you how you can use this. Kayla's going to share this presentation with you all, so you'll have these images later. I just wanted to show you while you're all logged in and have a chance to ask some questions. And so the first thing you're going to want to do is download the app. The app is called Give Pulse, and so it should work on iPhones or Androids. Kayla, if you'll go to the next slide. So the first thing, to download the app, that's what you should see. And then when you download it and you open the app, you should see the option to do single sign-on. You'll select the University of Alabama in Birmingham. You'll have to type it out. It won't show up as UAB. And then select single sign-on to log in with your UAB credentials. Once you log in, you should select your profile, which will be at the bottom of the app, and then switch to admin. You should see that option show up. On the day of the event, you won't see it beforehand, but on the day of the event, you'll see your service project pop up when you switch to the admin settings. Once you've pulled up your event, so when you click on that, you should see a list of all individuals that have registered for that service project. And so just like you can see here, it'll say their name and the date that they registered. Once they arrive, all you'll do is you'll have that app and that list already pulled up. It does take a second because you have to log into UAB. So go ahead and get there early, like Kayla said, and have this pulled up. When they come up, greet them, ask them for their name, and ask to see their health check pass. Once you see their health check pass, look at your app, and you simply just swipe left to mark them as attended. Let's say that after everyone's checked in, y'all are 5 minutes into your project, you realize that there's a couple of people who didn't show up. We also need to know that. And so you could go back to that list and swipe right to show us that they did not attend. So it'll allow you to click no show. And that ensures that that person doesn't get volunteer credit. So we won't record an impact for them to falsely say that we made an impact when we didn't, because that person wasn't there. It'll also help us for COVID procedures to know who was and wasn't there. So it's a simple swipe left or swipe right.
All right. So it's very important to be on time so you can go ahead and get through the app. So I would say about 15 minutes early. Also be there so in case the point of contact at the site needs you to help move some things before everybody get there, that'd be a good thing. Also, okay, arrive ready to serve. You will serve as the dual role between LSC and the site. So it's important to know that you will be serving, but you are overseeing the volunteers as well. So remember to set the tone of a positive attitude and working to support our community partners. Leader reflection. Reflection time is an opportunity to communicate with one another about the work that was completed and the overall experience. So during this time, you can remind the volunteers to submit a follow-up survey that they'll get in the form of an email later that day after service. I provided some example questions on how to start the reflection, and you can also, because I know Lauren was saying like sometimes it's awkward, so you can just start like by saying let's chat, and then you could just go into the questions maybe or something. So dismissing students from the site. Once reflection is over, you can begin dismissing students from the site. Remember to thank them for their time and congratulate them on a job well done. And I would like for you all to like send a text to the day of contact, and the number is listed in this PowerPoint as well, just saying that service was completed, everybody has been dismissed. So here I have included another day of timeline, which is, this is recorded so you can go back and watch it, or you can take a picture here if you want. So, and safe volunteering during COVID-19, all volunteers are required to stay at least 6 feet apart at all times. You are required to wear a face mask covering during the duration of the service. And if you see someone not complying to these guidelines, you can ask them nicely once. And if you see them again, just reach out to your faculty staff member and let them know, and they'll help you to, get rid of them probably. So here's the service sites that we have so far and the people with their names. This is 8 to 10, 9 to 11.
And Kayla, we're going to send this to them so they'll have more information. So y'all don't have to like write this down right now.
And these are the contacts for prior to service. So you can reach out to Nikki Short, which is our executive director. Here's her email and phone, and you can reach out to me if you need any, if you have any questions before the day of. This is our emergency day of contact. So Lauren, you'll be contacting this number, and Lauren will be able to help you that day. So does anybody have any questions?
Hey everyone, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Nikki Short. I'm the executive director of LSC. Sorry I can't really be fully present. I'm currently traveling, but I really want to thank you all for committing to serve even during this time. So, and thank you so much, Kayla, for doing the presentation.
If there's not any questions, I'm about to pop quiz y'all. So what I would like is for everyone to open your chat box. Okay, I'm going to pull mine open too. And I'm going to ask you some questions to make sure that we kind of have some clarity. And it's okay if you don't. I just want to be sure you all are clear. And so, what's the first thing you should do when the volunteers arrive at the site? Everybody drop the answer in the chat. So, what's the first thing you should do when a volunteer arrives to the site? Good. I'm seeing some of the right answers roll in. Great, Lindsay. That's what I was about to say. Just as a reminder, not just check them in on Give Pulse, but make sure you're also looking for their health check. Awesome. What time should you arrive to the site? Should you get there early or should you get there right at the time? 15 minutes. All right, y'all got that one. After the volunteer experience is over, what should you do before you dismiss? Yep, leader reflection. And as Kayla said, sometimes that can feel a little weird, but I really want to empower you all to take time for this reflection because that's how we really learn from service when we can connect and discuss our impact. That helps us create meaning from the experience. And that's what ultimately may lead a volunteer to return and serve the community again. All right, well, y'all passed my pop quiz with flying colors. I just wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I'll turn it back over to Kayla. And again, if you have any questions, I encourage you to ask now.
So are there any questions? Anything?
So I did not bring my car, so I was wondering if I could get a ride with anyone, like carpool with anyone to for the event.
Do you live on campus? Or
Yes.
okay, do you know anyone that's already served, like that will be serving or that's a site leader also?
I know that I'm helping out Lindsay Brown with the botanical gardens on the 23rd.
Okay. So Lauren, do you know, well, Lindsay is here.
Yeah, Lindsay, are you on campus? Do you live on campus?
I am not on campus, but I don't stay far from campus. Like, it won't be out my way if I have to come pick you up. I can send you my number in the chat. Gotta figure out how to do that real quick. But I'll send you my number and you can text me.
Awesome. And I'll say this for all of you, that spreadsheet that Kayla said she was going to send out that has the site you've been assigned, it will also have the site leader's cell phone number. So if you need to text each other like that to work out details, you're welcome to do so. That's one reason we have that contact information on that spreadsheet. So you will get that information, which will hopefully help to make those kind of connections as well. Great question.
Any more questions?
One thing that I want to make sure you're aware of, because this will probably happen in the next day or two, we are going to go ahead and manually register you on Blazer Pulse for your site. And so probably today you will receive a notification from Blazer Pulse and it's going to just be confirming your registration for that site. You will also be set as the administrator of that Blazer Pulse event. And that's solely because without that administrator access, you can't check in the students, and we need you to be able to check in. And so what that means is you might get a few other Blazer Pulse notifications just letting you know that people registered for your event. I hope that you'll like those notifications because that's going to help you see who's registered, and maybe you'll see some familiar names, or maybe you'll recognize that there's a lot of new people you're going to get to meet. Know that there's no requirement or action you need to take. You can delete those messages. It's just a notification. If y'all don't have any other questions, Zoom's always kind of weird. We're not sure if anyone does or not because we can't see y'all. Give us a thumbs up so we know that we can go ahead and conclude. All right. Kayla, it looks like most everyone is clear, so you can go ahead and close us out.
Okay, I would like to thank you all for taking this time out of the day to come and listen to me talk, and thank you for being willing to serve during this time. You're free to go.
Bye, everyone.
Um, I'm sorry. What around what time are you gonna send the presentation?
Kayla, we can't hear you. You're muted.
I'm sorry. I'll probably send it out around 10.
Okay.
I'll be sure.
And I missed like the first 2 minutes of the Zoom link because my Zoom link didn't work. It's important for like the first, I don't know, 5 minutes.
We'll be able to send this Zoom link, right, Lauren?
We
Zoom
will.
recording?
Yeah.
Okay.